This is the real concrete jungle.
Where I'm from, yeah. I'm from a concrete jungle in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
The concrete jungle.
Welcome to the Concrete Jungle Podcast, in-depth artist interviews, where we'll be diving a little deeper with some of your favorite artists from all around the world and introduce you to some dope people you never knew you needed to know. Shout out to Island City Media Group for bringing you the Concrete Jungle every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. California Fresh Coast, West Coast time. Make sure y'all tap in. We are streaming live music 24/7. Yo, check it out. Tonight, we got a special guest up in the building, yo. We got a singer, songwriter, former American Idol contestant. I first caught my Uso's performance in LA at the Love My Life tour, yo. His voice literally drew my attention to the stage, and I was highly impressed. From Daly City, California, yo, please welcome to the Concrete Jungle, my Uso, RENO ANOAI up in the building. What's
The
up?
concrete jungle.
What's up, my brother? Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. I'm looking forward to telling story and having a good time. And yeah, brother, just being here with you in this moment. Thank you again for inviting me.
Hey, thank you, Us. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you stopping by, man. It was just a matter of time that we crossed paths and we're able to kind of sit down, you know, especially throughout the whole craziness of the pandemic that just kind of ended. It seems like kind of didn't even end shit, right?
We're trying to get there.
Real shit, man. But like, Oos, I just want to say thank you, Oos, for stopping by the Concrete Jungle. We are a hip-hop podcast radio station. We feature live hip-hop soul artists, man. So when I seen you, I was like, yo, that's our hip-hop soul artist of the week, yo. We got to highlight that real quick. You know what I'm saying?
It's an honor, bro. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Oos. So like, catch us up, Oos. How you been? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And give us a formal introduction, who you are. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Concrete, Oos.
Okay. First and foremost, glory to God. I mean, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor. It's a blessing to wake up this morning to a fresh set of eyes and a fresh day. I'm originally from San Francisco, California, Daly City here in the Bay Area of Northern California. I'm full Samoan. I do have sprinkles of, Tongan and Fijian in my blood as well. But I was raised Samoan here in Cali. Spent some time in Samoa as well, but a lot of my music comes from definitely my family and my church. I grew up a church boy. As a lot of poly kids, we grew up in the church, and a lot of our first introductions to music was probably in our choir. Mine, for example, was our Alpha Pese, which is our choir in our church. But from there, my love for music kind of just grew for allowing me to step outside of the box. And honestly, to be real with you, I think it probably started to branch off more when I got onto American Idol at the age of 15. And then I kind of realized, like, dang, I kind of want to do this. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this. And shout out to my mom and my sister, bro. I didn't even want to do American Idol, and they took me there and forced me into that experience. And here I am today, trying to make it as an artist, and just trying to keep putting out more content and more music. I'm currently working on my first EP. Man, God is good, and new music will be rolling all year long.
All the time. That's right. That's what I'm saying. You seem very blessed up. I can feel the energy off of you, Uso. That's what's up. Yo, man. So like taking it back into like the roots and how you got started with all this. So I love it, man, because a lot of us fellow artists, you know what I'm saying, especially, like these the poly artists that are out here, a lot of background comes from the church. Take us back to Daly City.
Yeah.
What's it like growing up in Daly City, my Oos? Like straight up.
Man, a lot of our childhood was actually spent in San Francisco. Daly City is where we're residing now, but my church, a lot of the youth activities we've done is based in San Francisco. And it's really cool because I have a lot of cousins that live throughout, diaspora, all the way on the East Coast and Midwest, and a lot of them don't have a huge community of Samoans, but I'm honestly proud to say that in San Francisco, we've done a great job of maintaining our culture and creating spaces where our youth, all Polynesian youth, are able to interact with each other and just be amongst our people. So that's what it's like growing up here in the Bay Area. Definitely being around a lot of our people and our styles of music. Yeah,
that's what's up. So like, Oos, you got this straight vocal background. You know what I'm saying? Oos, you dropping some heavy, like straight vocals, Oos, you know what I'm saying? This is a Concrete Jungle. Let's talk about your hip hop upbringing. What was the music soundtrack like while you were growing up?
In our house, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very strict. But my parents, we listened to a lot of oldies. So
Hey,
growing up, it
that's
was more like
right.
the Shy Lights, the Luther Vandross, the Barge, Switch,
Ooh,
Tina Marie. So I
rest in
haven't
peace.
really,
Yeah.
I wasn't really exposed to hip hop until I got to middle school, and I started hanging around my older cousins who were in high school, and then I started listening to like R&B and hip hop, and people like um, actually my older siblings too. I'm not gonna lie. Even in our household, it was oldies, but my older siblings always, when we were on the road, we started listening to, like, oh, who's that? Like Aaliyah. Believe it or not, we didn't even listen to Aaliyah in our house. It was
You're making me
stepping
feel
up.
old, Oos. How old are you?
No. Promise, it was like those were our times, but it was just strict Psalm 1 upbringing in the house. It's either
Right.
church music, Psalm 1 music, and my parents' oldies. That's it. It wasn't nothing else other than that. So man, you just took me back. I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely how I started stepping outside the box, was hanging out with my older cousins. My older cousins here in Cali, they were always laced up on good music. So it was cool
That's
to
just the thing about us Cali folk, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of
Yes,
juiced up
sir.
like that.
Yes, sir.
That's real, man. Sometimes, I take it back too, because it's weird. Like if we functioning, we're chilling with the family, I'm having a good time. Especially, what I'm saying, we get a little bit, some drinks going on. I throw on some 90s R&B, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a huge hip
exactly.
hop head. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly that, bro.
That's what's up, man. I want to track it back just a little bit, Oos, because like I said, man, when I caught you back over there at the LA show on tour, you was with Mana Entertainment Tour. So I was there with Island City and Nono Cena. My daughter was dancing
Yeah.
for that show also. So like, taking it back right there, Oos, like I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm late to the party because you know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing since American Idol. What has the transition been like since, doing the show?
Yeah, well, see, I don't think you're too late to the party, bro. The reason being is because I took a big break from music after American Idol. I mean, keep in mind at that time I was still in high school. I was actually a junior at the time, so um, there were some deals coming off of American Idol. To be transparent with our people, but my parents sat me down and they said we could, finish high school strong, or you can, pursue these routes and these offers and get your GED. And my whole entire upbringing, seeing my older siblings going to college too, education was always important to me. So I took a break and I went and got my degree. So I finally finished graduating
Nice.
last year, May 2020, 2 years now.
Oh,
And then
nice.
once I finished,
Congratulations, Uso.
appreciate it, brother. And once I finished there, Tanel was just like, all right, it's time to go all in. So Tanel and Mana Entertainment, they're managing me right now. I'm under their artist development, and it's been a blessing to be under someone who's so established, but also has a great heart, and she's grounded in faith. So a lot of our morals align. So it's easy for me to transition from, taking a break right back in. Tanel held my hand through this whole process. She's still doing it today, and the whole entire team at Mana Entertainment. So that was the transition. It was like as soon as I graduated, Tan was like, "All right, it's your time. Get up in it, and let's go full force." So that's where we at today.
That's dope, man. So first of all, let you just unpacked a few things. It was first of all, congratulations going back and making a decision to take the educational route. I got a son right now who's about to graduate from high school, and we're kind of in those, talkings right now of like, should we pursue, you know what I'm saying, certain avenues of life, or like, you know what I'm saying, should we take a little bit of a break? But
Yeah.
you sitting down with the folks and having that, strong head on your shoulders, choosing the education route, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. Any regrets doing it that way?
I'm still figuring it out. So the other day I was talking with one of my cousins. A few of my cousins, they straight out of high school went and got great jobs, and they built themselves up a pretty good career right now. And sometimes I look like I compare myself. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Sometimes I sit there and I look like my cousins. They have 4 years under their belt in their careers. What if I were to, spend those 4 years going straight into music out of high school? Did I lose those years? What could they have done for me? But then I remind myself that it's about having faith and knowing that everything that I'm doing today, God already wrote it. You know what I'm saying? My story is already written by His. So it's just reminding myself to pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Sit down and really give it to God, because at the end of the day, that's whose gift it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes with this, all the glory goes right back up to Him. So I'm just finding peace in that.
That's what's
Sure.
up.
I
I
don't
know
know if I
sometimes,
answered it,
no,
bro.
I feel you, man. That, that's that carnal state of us. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we get a little distracted in that sense. But I will say this on an artist level, from one artist to another, when you got that certain little something about you, it's kind of nothing really to compete with. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard your voice, Oos, kind of like threw me off. I was at the show, just kind of mingling, what I'm saying? Just kind of, jicking and jiving, so they saying. So, and then I hear this voice on stage. I'm like, what the? You know what I'm saying? And so when I heard you blowing, I'm right there. I'm behind the curtain, behind backstage, but I'm looking, and like I'm literally holding up traffic because like I'm just in the way because I stopped in
Oh
mid
man,
traffic or
that's
what I was doing,
love,
but I was
bro.
just like looking at Oos like, damn, Oos is blowing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like Oos, man, I think you took the right route. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like I said, we get a little distracted. We're kind of looking at our peers, but at the same time, they probably couldn't do half of what we're doing in our own lane. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's just to kind of put in perspective, not so much comparison. But I think you're doing your thing, Oos. And
Yeah.
I wanted to take it back to American Idol, Oos, because as I was kind of doing some research, just watching some clips, I want to talk about Hollywood Week. I
Oh,
want to talk about Hollywood Week, Uso. Come on, man. So
yeah,
let's,
bro.
because this is the first time I'm getting the first, personal 101. I had sis, one of our fellow island queens, Ellie Mack was in the building, and we were talking about American Idol also.
Yes,
So
yes.
I want to hear from my Uso's perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like the full-blown experience of it. Hollywood Week, you're on stage. How is that feeling right there? Describe it, performing for your moms in front of America.
Honestly, bro, it was like a huge blur whenever I stepped on stage. At that time, it was my first time really singing outside of church. To be honest, I thinking about it, I used to do little things. My mom's heavily involved in the community here, so I would do like little community events here. But it wasn't anything like American Idol. So definitely Hollywood Week. I'm stepping on those stages, and all I remember is just a huge blur. And man, it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever experienced to this day. But definitely with that experience, I think I learned how to manage myself and not get so caught up in my anxiety. But I just do remember, like, I felt like in that experience, everybody else standing side by side to me already was like in this game for a long time. Even if we were the same age, I felt like I was way behind, just to be transparent to you, bro. And I just wish like there were things for our youth, Polynesian Pacific Islander youth programs where we started shaping our kids at a young age to be artists, artist development way younger. I'm sure there are programs out there, but I'm just probably not aware of. But in that moment, I was thinking like, dang, if only I had like, that kind of support from a younger age. Because even talking to some of my peers, we're all great friends, by the way. American Idol, my friends, family, for listening to this. We still keep in touch to this day, a lot of us. And a lot of them in that moment, they're like, well, we went to this music school. We went to this artist development. Our agent's here. Mind you, we're all in high school. And I'm like, I'm here with my mom. I'm like, I don't know what else to say.
That's the
You know
real
what I'm saying?
support group.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was definitely an experience, especially for a Samoan 15-year-old being a minority of minorities in America. I was definitely there. My
Oh,
whole
young.
mentality was like, I just got to put on for our people. That's all I was saying. Like, all I know, looking to my right and left, ain't nobody knew who I was, where I'm from. I had people from the East Coast, Midwest, like, are you Hawaiian? Are you Hawaiian? And then when I said, are you the Rock's cousin? I was like, actually, we are family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
You're like,
like,
yeah.
you got lucky
Is this where I
today.
go backstage?
Yeah, but man, it was definitely one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life. Yeah.
Wow, that kind of puts me like, that gives me a little bit of the like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the chills thinking about like being young Samoan, 15 years old, especially going through high school. There's a lot, us young poly men out here, young kings out here and queens, they're working towards and against while we're getting up there. So that's a lot to put on your shoulders. 15, you're probably like what, freshman, sophomore?
I was going into my fall semester of junior year. Yeah.
Okay, wow, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
so I
about
got a
to say,
junior and I got a senior right now in high school.
oh man.
So I'm just picturing them in American Idol, like, oh damn.
Yeah,
Man,
definitely.
So fast forward this a little bit now. You take that break from music, you pursue school. How does the relationship with you and Tanel Mana Entertainment come about?
Well, Tanel, she's always been great friends with my family for a long time. The ANOAIs in Carson and the little Falamanas in Carson have always been, great friends. So basically family. And Tanel actually had came out here for IRF. And one of my dad's sisters, Sisa, if you're watching this, thank you, because she actually made that initial connection with me and Tanel. I had just come off American Idol. I'm still in high school. And Tanel came up here to sing at IRF. And she was just like, hey, she hit me up on Instagram. She was like, Sisa told me to reach out to you if you wanted to sing Be Backup for me at IRF. And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, I'm telling my mom,
get it.
We're going crazy. Like, holy, like, I'm about to back up Tanel. Like, and it was just a huge blessing. All these blessings, they keep falling. That one definitely was a blessing that's still given to this day. But definitely that was the connection right there. My auntie had texted me and she was just like, Tanel's gonna reach out to you. She's gonna say sing BVs and you just say yes. You go over there and you do your thing, boy. And I was like, of course, okay, let's go. And then I went over there to the hotel, met Tan, and the rest is history. Ever since then, I actually ended up going to college in Hawaii. So she would gig there a lot. And it was almost like God had placed me there intentionally because I was originally supposed to go to college down in LA. But something led me to go to UH, and it just worked out perfectly because they're even my uncles there. I don't know if you remember the group Nisha 9. Nisha 9 is on my mom's family, so our Malapai side. And I was gigging with them when Tanel wasn't on island. And when Tanel came, it was just like, we just pick up and keep going. And like I said, once I graduated from UH, she was just like, all right, you ready to go all in? Let's go all in. So now we all in. But she's definitely been my big sister through this whole process. My eyes, my ears, my whole everything. I love you, Tan, and thank you for everything.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, warrior. Yo, that's what's up. Graduated
Yes.
and that's what's up, Ooze. What'd you major in? What's your degree in?
Critical Pacific Island Studies. So that's honestly
Talk
why
about it.
I was supposed to I got into UC Irvine, UC Riverside, the UC's down in LA, and I was supposed to go there. But my heart was set on Critical Pacific Island Studies because at a young age, my mom, she actually created a few programs up here in the Bay Area that teach Pacific Islander culture through the summers and after school. But I just felt like there wasn't enough curriculum. So we're actually in the process. I don't know if you know, but ethnic studies, Pacific Islander ethnic studies just got approved last year to now be adopted in California school systems.
Nice.
Studies program. So that's kind of
at what level does that start?
K-12.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So each school district now has the option to adopt the programs, but the reality is now that our curriculum is finally established as Pacific Islanders. So now our kids will be able to be there and say, "Hey, today I'm in third grade and I'm learning about myself." Finally, you know what I'm saying? And authentically, we're not just learning about the overthrow of Hawaii for like one day. We're learning about and man, it's always been my passion. It's just especially being from Cali, I know you know, bro, like it's hard sometimes learning our language and our culture if we don't have access to the right resources.
Yeah.
So my heart was honestly to take a break sometime or even do both now that I'm trying to pursue music all in, but definitely go to grad school and get my master's in education to support in any way, like hop in and start supporting anywhere that I can, whether it's tweaking curriculum, whether it's creating programs, whether it's sustaining and maintaining programs or curriculum, just to make sure that our kids and our grandkids will always have access to their own histories, you know?
That's dope, Oos. That is seriously dope. I never knew there was such a major that you can even like sign up for in regards to that. That's dope. So like in regards to that, Oos, what would you say our current state of the Polynesian youth, what do they need? From that standpoint of, you know, we're cultivating the culture, you know, and as you see it growing up in Cali, you know what I'm saying, moving out to Hawaii and experiencing the youth, what does our youth need in order to like kind of stay tapped into our culture?
Well, I think now that we know that there's a lot of programs, I can speak to the Bay Area, just because I'm here and I see everything that's going on. There's programs here. I think what we need now is older siblings and our parents. I know we all lead busy lives as adults, for us to just be consistent in taking our kids to these programs. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that it's not just their daily dose of, Aonga Samoa or Sunday school on Sundays, or for all our poly youth, it's not just them having learning their culture at church, but it's also us taking them to these after school programs, us taking them to the summer programs where they're being taught their culture, and us also practicing it in our households. A lot of people think that, especially my generation, I'll just talk a lot with my cousins about like, hey, how do you feel about, this and that? And they'll just be like, a prime example is Fala Lavis. I don't know if a lot of us are aware of what Fala Lava is, but,
Break it
it's a
down
Samoan-
for us, Zeus.
yeah, Samoan tradition, basically it's a reciprocity system. But a lot of people in our generation, because it hasn't been translated directly and correctly in a lot of homes and families, it can get lost to becoming a burden. But my thing is, if we continue to just break it down and practice it every day and make ourselves and our kids understand the importance of why these systems were created by our ancestors and our elders, and really the true meaning of it, then it wouldn't be a burden. It would just be us understanding our place in our society. And a lot of times, especially being in America, where we're the minority of minorities, I got cousins in New Zealand that's like, it's not that hard. Well, in New Zealand, you're not really the minority of minorities, bro.
Hell no.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I got love for you on all that. You guys are killing it. But the reality is we're in two completely different worlds. You know what I'm saying? When you come to America, there's a lot more that we're fighting, just to maintain little ounces of our culture. And it really starts in the household, bro. Like, for me, to get back to music and what brought me to this space is like, a perfect example is this. Like, I always wanted my music platform, and how far God takes my career, it will always be an opportunity for me to share these moments in my life with my people, just to make sure that we're all on the same page about the sustenance of our culture. And yeah, it starts in our household, brother. It starts in our households.
That's what's up. So from like a parent's standpoint, trying to inquire about something like this, what can my child learn signing up for these after school programs, these certain curriculums that y'all will be offering?
So one program that my mom and a few of the community members here founded back in 2011 is called Camp Unity. Camp Unity is actually still going, and it's about to come back once we figure out how to navigate this whole COVID, you know what I'm saying? But Camp Unity, our curriculum offers language from kindergarten all the way up to high school, and that's all Polynesian languages from Tongan, Samoan, Fijian, Maori, and Hawaiian, even some Tahitian, sprinkles of Tahitian. But we have a lot of different cultural leaders that are invested in these programs, so they'll come and they'll teach the classes. We've also partnered with a program in Hawaii called Le Fetual. They're the Samoan language school out there, and they also, we trade back curriculums so that we're teaching language. It's not only language, we also have hands-on. So we teach the kids how to weave, how to make the tapas, the old traditional stuff, how to make the iakongas, and it's all things like that. I actually was blessed to be able to teach the choir. So I started teaching our choir there at that program when I was 16 in high school after American Idol. And I also teach authentic Polynesian music, coming from different Samoan, Tongan, Maori chants, Hawaiian chants. And basically all we're doing is just teaching the culture, all different components of it. We even teach kids how to write and have conversational interactions. And for Samoan and Tongan specifically, because we actually, to be transparent with you guys, we're still looking out for a lot more of our fellow Micronesian and Melanesian allies here in the Bay Area to come and support. So if you're listening to this and you're wanting to be a part of these efforts, please do reach out to me, and we can get it cracking so that our Micronesian and Melanesian youth are also having access. But for Samoan and Tongan specifically in these programs, they also teach them how to do the Fa'alavilavis, like the Fasamoa and the Tongan customs as well. So it's definitely a blessing. We have a lot of kids come back and serve as volunteers now, because going through these programs, they understand how much it has impacted their lives. I'm one of them, of course. So
Thank you,
yeah.
man.
Sorry, bro.
Educational moment, man. No, I'm loving it, Ooze. You taking me on a whole nother. I never knew it was gonna go this route. So I love it, Ooze. I want to learn a little something too with the concrete jungle. That's the purpose of concrete jungle, Ooze. We are bridging the gap straight up from the beach to the building, yo. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
From the rock to the block. We here, Ooze. So what is the proper way the Fa Lava Lava is supposed to work?
Oh, man, you finna get me in trouble, bro. I don't want to unpack too much and have people from Samoa and they're like, taking this video, tackling me. From my perspective, if I'm gonna just say one thing, it's the one word that I believe that a lot of people are missing when they have these conversations about Fa Lava Lava is reciprocity. Instead of burden, I want our people to start replacing it with reciprocity. The whole idea of a Fa Lava Lava is for our families and people who are tied to the person who's either getting married, celebrated, or a funeral, to be there in these times to support our family by offering gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and the thing is, from what I learned, and I might be wrong, whoever's listening, mind you, I'm not no expert, but these customs were made before all these things we have in America. It was made before we used money. It was made before we had the big old champagne bottles and whatnot. These were simple customs that our people made back in the day, just to say, hey, we're here, we love you, this is what we have. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just some people, like I said, when with generations, sometimes it gets translated differently and people start looking at it as a competition or, something that I have to be a part of. They gave 500, I got to give 1,000, or they gave 1,000. Yeah, we got to give 12 pigs,
Yeah.
it's just a simple reciprocity system, brother, just to make sure that we're there for our families, to support them and make sure that they know, hey, no matter if a happy or sad time, we're family, we're here and we're going to be here. We're going to support you. And that's all it is. And when it's our time, they reciprocate. It's a reciprocity system. And it's not only in Samoan and Tonga, it's not Polynesian. You find it in Micronesia too. They have their reciprocity system that's all over the Pacific.
Yeah, I think it's carried through every culture, in life. Some white folks, black folks, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the culture and how they adapt it to their own current lifestyle. I feel it. Yeah. I wanted to hear, from an Uso, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm that cousin in the group that's nudging you, Uso, what they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's an educational moment for all of us, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with in regards to the curriculum, you guys have this going on. I think this is something that it needs to definitely pour down south, over here to Southern Cali. You know what I'm saying? If it hasn't already, I know we got certain language groups. Shout out to my peoples for the Lengafa class. So they teaching the Samoan language. They out here. Shout out to cousin. What up, cousin? I see you. So in regards to that, there's some of us out here living, inner city, low income, neighborhoods. Should that discourage those families from joining these programs?
Absolutely not, bro. Our program, Camp Unity, is actually free. It's Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But you know what? With Islanders, bro, it becomes, since I got work at 8, can somebody open the door at 7? My mom being the founder, bro, me and my siblings was there at 7. We had kids there coming at 7.
Why do we do that, Oos?
We also off record, brother, but it's a program from 5 years old to 18 years old. We had parents, some of our, Islander parents. Sis, they're 3. They're about to turn 5 soon. Can they come? Just bring them on down. So these programs, if you look at Camp Unity, bro, we've been serving like 200 to 300 kids all in the gym and in certain elementary schools every summer. And it's 8 to 5. It's free. We serve breakfast, lunch, 2 snacks, and they're learning all their culture. So, we do always encourage families to donate a $25 registration fee. But we also know we have big families as Islanders sometimes. And when you have 6 or 7 kids, it could add up. So we don't pressure nobody. We just say, hey, $25 registration, suggested donation. If not, bring your kids. We just gonna do it anyway. And the way we fund ourselves is by my mom. She actually, being that she's worked for the city for a long time, she's built relationships with sponsors and and grant writers that are able to help us find ways to keep the programs alive. So instead of hurting our people's pockets, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So you're serving everybody, no matter what. So everybody out there in the concrete jungle, make sure y'all tap in. And you know what I'm saying? Share this with somebody. Tell somebody to tell a friend to tell 1,000 friends so we can spread this movement right here.
There's a lot of programs up here too. It's not just Camp Unity. My mom also founded one that's still alive in San Francisco called Pacific Islander Youth Alliance. That's been going on since the 80s. It's strong in the city. Shout out our SCDC family, Samoan Community Development Center. They're the ones hosting that program. We have Paliatamai in the East Bay. Samoan Solutions is doing a lot of great work as well. So there's a lot of programs spread out throughout the Bay Area. And our hopes is that it continues to spread all throughout everywhere our people are settled here in America, so that they're all having access to the same programs, you know?
Yo, we love to see it, Oos. Yo, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Giving back to the community, educating, uplifting. It's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? In our culture, in our own community and village. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and to close it out on that chapter, Five Lava Lavas do not mean taking out the payday advance loan.
Come on now. It was never that. It was never that, Oos.
No, I feel it, Oos. I love it, man. You are spreading dope energy throughout the community, Oos. What is the most rewarding part being a part of something like this?
Definitely seeing the fire start and spark in our youth to start wanting to give back when we're done. You know what I'm saying? Like a prime example is me going to Hawaii and coming back and seeing all the kids that I used to teach now volunteering in all these spaces to want to start teaching our youth too. So I feel like the most rewarding part was to say, hey, I was a part of that journey where this kid came in and he didn't want nothing to do with our culture. We also had, side note, bro, sorry, I don't want to ramble too much, but we also had a lot of kids for enrollment in Camp Unity. Only 51 to 52% of our enrollment were full Polynesian or even Afghasi. We had a lot of kids that weren't even of Pacific Islander descent that came and learned. So it was also seeing our youth and our kids building connections with, you know, we had a lot of Asians, a lot of Palangis, a lot of African-American Black community, Mexicans even coming to these programs. So to see them start appreciating our culture, those were rewarding moments for me, bro. Just to see our culture finally being appreciated in the right ways and by our own people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I learned that a lot with my daughter's dance group, the one that performed with the LA show, the Nonosina. So like, yeah, it's definitely about culture and, you know, just kind of preserving it. But at the same time, I never knew how much mixed races were there, but ended up being really good friends with some of these parents and especially some of the kids, watching them grow up. It's pretty rewarding, like seeing that development also, because it's like, you know, we got so many people, like, let's just be real about it. This is the Concrete Jungle. This is the in-depth artist interviews. So many of us don't want to touch the culture, but then we might get mad at other coaches interested in knowing what we all about. You know what I'm saying? So I commend you. Hats off to you. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you're sharing this. You know what I'm saying? It's a, you know, inclusion. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, Oos. My Uso out in the Bay Area. Shout out to DJ Tossi. So he's got a movement going on out there called the Million Father March. And so basically they're just meeting up with all dads pretty much across every school and just cheering them up, bringing their mental state up and just checking in on each other. You know what I'm saying? And just showing up for every dad and just telling every dad to bring your kid to school every morning. You know what I'm saying? Providing that energy and just starting your day off and ending your day like that.
Yeah.
So we got dope movements going on, Oos, and you're a part of it, Oos. We want to be a part of that too, Uso. And speaking of movements, we can't forget, Oos. We're getting away from the music. See how dope you are, Oos? So many layers to you, my Uso.
Nah, brother. It's just flowing naturally.
Yeah. So with the music, Oos, you got the current single cut out right now, Forever Love. Yo, featuring, the beautiful, Tawny, from Carson, California.
Yes, sir.
So, check it out, man. Let's talk about the single. I love it, man. Love the vibe. Explain it to us. Drop it for us, for everybody that does not know.
Yeah, okay. Forever Love. It's out now on all platforms. That song was actually created in my bedroom. I was sitting there one day and just playing with the keys. And I write a lot, but it's always hard for me to produce. So I actually flew out to Colorado And shout out my bro Opportunity if you're watching this. Appa Jr. He's out. He's actually based out of Missouri, but he was in Colorado at the time with his girl Lela. Shout out sis. And we actually recorded that song in a dorm room, bro, in the apartment of a dorm room.
Nice.
We produced it, and actually, I don't know why I say we. I played it once on the keys. Let me tell you how talented my brother Appa is. I played it once on the keys, and he was like, "Oh, you mean like this?" I was like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, "Okay, we get it, Oos, we get it." Well, he recorded it, and we recorded it in the apartment of that dorm room. I mean, let me slow down. We recorded that song in the closet of the apartment dorm room at Colorado State, and now it is what it is today. And you know, God has been good. He's always good and great. And it actually was able to hit #1 on the iTunes reggae charts upon its drop.
Let's go. Okay.
Shout out to everybody who pre-ordered and bought the song, and that's how we got to rise up to the top of the charts. And of course, the way Tawny came about it, it was so funny because we were sitting around. We actually recorded the official music video in Utah with the Hive 360, another dope Polynesian content creator and capture. If you're in Utah, use them, of course. But we're in our tour in Hawaii, and we're sitting around the hotel room, and Tanel was like, "Bro, you need to do a lyric video right now." And I was like, "All right, Tony, get your makeup on. I'm gonna take the camera." And we're just messing around, bro. And I actually shot that music video with Tony. We're just walking around our hotel, and those clips were all shot and edited within house, Mana Entertainment. And it was honestly the coolest thing because it was so organic.
One of the best ones, Oos.
Yeah. So shout out to my sister for being amazing at just standing in front of the camera and being herself, you know. Yeah, that's Forever Love right now. And I'm excited to, man, there's a lot of music that's been made, a lot of music that's going to continue being made. On Monday, I'll be flying out to Missouri to record some more music for a couple weeks. So just looking forward to just dropping it, aiming to drop my first debut EP in a couple months. So God is good, man.
Nice. Okay. Can we get a sneak peek? What is it, Oos? Can we get a little
I'm down.
What can we expect? What's coming up?
Definitely my writing is actually far from island reggae. I was actually trying to steer into island reggae to tap in with our people that way. But to be honest with you, I don't know if you guys listen to Forever Love. The beginning, it starts off like a soulful kind of R&B, like, oh no, another, no. It's like just, you know, mellow. That's actually how I intended for the entire song to be. But when I was playing it back, I was like, if this is gonna be my first song, I feel like people would need to move along with it. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of reggae-fied it, like how all, you know, poly people tend to do it. Every mainstream song, we make it reggae so naturally. And that's what I ended up doing with Forever Love. But down the line, I was Uncle Fiji. If Fiji's listening to this, he told me, he was like, I feel like without him knowing what my natural intentions for the song was, he texted me. He said, it will be beautiful to hear this song as an R&B soul, blues, little acoustic feel to it. And it's crazy because that's what the initial song was, you know, before we made it all reggae. So maybe down the line, we'll remix it back to the original way it was supposed to be. But definitely with this new EP, we got a lot more stuff that's R&B soul. I even have a couple country songs. You know, I just write whatever I'm feeling sometimes. So it's a lot, but it's definitely from my heart, you know.
That's dope. But maybe a little bit of a collab with Tanel on the R&B level, draw her out of the island, right into the block, you know what I'm saying? And just, get, you know what I'm saying? Get that little 90s R&B
man,
feel.
my sis got some R&B fire coming real soon.
Well,
so she got a lot
we
of
get a sneak peek.
Stop trying to get me in trouble, bro.
It's the Concrete Jungle, Oos. In depth. We in depth over here, Oos, with our artists, yo. So that's what's up, Oos. We got the movement going on with the family and the community. We locked into that. You got the music coming out. You got the single that just dropped. Yo, Oos, what's left for you to tap into?
One more thing, bro. This is our clothing line.
Let's get, come on, plug it up, Oos. Let's see that. Let's see it.
Everybody watching this called 101. 101 on Instagram. You can follow it right there. We're actually getting ready to restock and drop our website coming very soon, probably a couple days. But yeah, now my brother is actually did all the work, so I'm just here wearing it. But
What's
yeah,
the concept behind that?
101 is definitely it's actually spelled out 101, but it's like one of one. We're only, one of one.
One of one. Okay.
Yeah. But
I am you,
wanna
you
get a
are
little
me, we
creative
are
with
one.
it. My brothers did that 101. So definitely tap in. It's WUNNA 101.
We're going to plug that up in the concrete jungle. We're going to make sure that everybody can get a hold of it. Yo, that is dope, man. So before Oos, you know what I'm saying? Wow, we kind of went over our time. I didn't even realize that, Oos.
Sorry, bro.
I have like 2 segments I skipped just talking natural with you. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the best ones sometimes, bro.
It's definite, Oos. So, Oos, words of wisdom for that artist, that young Samoan queen, young Samoan king, trying to decide after high school, should I take this route? Should I follow my heart? Should I take this degree? What's your advice for one of our, our youth out there dealing with that at these times? We are approaching graduation season in a few months.
Yeah. Definitely number one, I know we hear all the time, but definitely number one would definitely be to pray about it. That's definitely something that really helped me out. I mean, really pray about it, not just sit there and just be like, God help me on this. Amen. I'm talking about sit there and talk to God about what you need to do next and what you should be doing next and what he wants, what you want to do, what he wants to do in your life. You know what I'm saying? So definitely number one is pray about it. But 2, like you said, brother, follow your heart. Definitely. And I would encourage a lot of our young artists to not feel pressured to be anything other than themselves. I know there's a lot of trends being hip hop and island reggae, but sometimes a lot of our people write in different genres, and that's absolutely okay to be yourself. We live in a society and we're a part of an industry where there's so many people trying to encourage us to be one thing and another thing, but everything's taken. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if there's one piece of advice or a few, like I keep rambling on, but for our youth is to pray about it and to never, ever think that you're not enough. Just to be yourself and be confident in being yourself. Follow your heart. All that.
Hey, man. That's what's up, man. Follow your heart, follow your heart. You living with good spirit and good energy. I see it all over you, Us. It's exuding. The energy is pouring out, Uso. You know what I'm saying? And, before we end this, I want to do a little something fun, Uso. This or that. You answer which one you like, Uso. 90s R&B or trap soul?
Oh, 90s R&B.
Chris Brown or Michael Jackson?
Oof, Michael Jackson.
Jennifer Hudson or Aretha Franklin?
Ooh. Aretha Franklin.
Gotta go with the queen. Those, come on now. Drake or Tupac?
Tupac, for sure.
I had to throw something in there for a hip hop. We're gonna end it with this one right here, Uso. Samoan food or taco shop?
Samoan food all day, baby. I need me my gout. Come on now.
You and me both, Us.
Oh, good, brother.
Uso, I appreciate you so much, man. Your energy is dope, Us. I'm so glad we were able to do this. I appreciate you stopping by the Concrete Jungle, Us. Introducing your wonderful artistry, Us. We appreciate you. We appreciate your art, Uso. You always got a home in the Concrete Jungle over here, Us. Let us know how we can find you, connect with you, Uso.
Okay. First of all, thank you, brother, for having me. It's an honor to be here. All my socials are the same. My first and last name, Reno, like the city, RENO, last name ANOAI. Reno ANOAI on everything. That's TikTok, Twitter. So add me on Snapchat too. I respond to you. Instagram, all of that. Facebook too. Reno ANOAI.
Hey, that's right, y'all. It is your Uso Devotion chilling on the Concrete Jungle. Yo, with Mana Entertainment's very own Reno ANOAI. Blah, blah, blah. Concrete Jungle. Lock in. Hit it up.
Concrete Jungle.
Boy Reno ANOAI, and I'm chilling on the Concrete Jungle with your boy Devotion.
The Concrete Jungle. Concrete Jungle.